What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. Guys, if you don't mind, I want to talk to you about one Mr. Justin Ward. Justin Ward is requesting from Warner Brothers and DC fandom, to be allowed to see a screening of Matt Reeves' The Batman. You see, Justin Ward has a terminal disease called brain metastasis. And unfortunately, he's not expected to live until March of 2022. That's less than a year. And one of the things that he really wants to do, he says that he's been holding on for, is to be able to see whatever they have of Matt Reeves, the Batman. Okay? Now, I like to highlight stories like this because it helps me, as I hope that it would help all of us, to keep all of this in perspective. You know, we all see these movies and we feel this way or we feel that way about it, and we fight each other and we debate over these things, but it should be helpful to remember that there are some people that all they want to do is actually see the movie. Even if it's a shit movie, they want to be able to see it, to see what they've been anticipating, you know? And stories like this should remind us of that. And also, I've also done stories where, you know, people have, as their dying wish, they wanted to see The Last Jedi, you know, and other things as well. You know, I did one recently where, you know, a young man wanted to meet the actual character of Luke Skywalker, and Mark Hamill obliged. You know, that was like a beautiful, beautiful story, because we only get to go through here one time. You know what I mean? So when you see something like that and someone has the presence of mind to know that mortality is knocking on their door, they're not going to make it. When they make a dying wish and a dying request, society should actually help them to be able to fulfill that wish. You know, so here it is, Warner Brothers, DC, they have this request, you know, from this young man. He wants to see what's going on. Now, I know that the Batman movie has been a troubled production. I believe that they finished wrapping. I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but I would think that most of it is probably done by now, where you could oblige this young man in his request. And I pray that they're able to do that for him while he's in, you know, healthy enough to actually appreciate it. You know, but I also do stories like this because I want the producers and the directors, the writers, the actors of these things, I want them to understand what a calling it is to represent escapist fantasy for people. You know, even if it's just a distraction, you don't have to be dying, but people go through things, you know, in our everyday lives, and we depend upon our movies, our comics, our graphic novels, our TV shows to take us to another place, if only temporarily, you know, to get our minds off the things that we're going through. That's what we look to this for. Now, I understand on the other side of that, on the other side of the camera, you have all types of people with all types of agendas and all types of nefarious motives for, you know, what they put on the screen and stuff. You know, a lot of television is conditioning, you know, movies are conditioning and agendas and, you know, politics and all that stuff. But you can't deny that a huge part of the industry is giving people what they want for whatever reason. This man has made this request because he's dying, but there's a whole audience of people who have billions of different reasons why they're looking for an escape, you know, and that is a calling. So I would remind the producers, directors, actors, writers, and everything, I would remind them that this is also what you're in it for. I'm not saying you can't have your little political, you know, slants and agendas and views and stuff like that. Movies and books, they've always had that. They've always been a reflection of the times and of the politics of the day. I'm just saying you can't just make it all about that to the exclusion of a good story and entertainment. Because you do have people, every movie you make is going to be the last movie that somebody gets to see in their lifetime. One day, I'm going to watch the last movie of my life. I might not know what it is, you know, but some people actually get to choose what movie they see or want to see as the last movie or the last song, the last TV show of their lives. Some people get that, you know, even if it's bittersweet. So the people who are creating it, if you could just find inspiration in that, if you could aspire to want to give people the best quality that you possibly can and take pride in that instead of looking to rip people off and give them the least for the most. You know what I mean? You want to give people the most every single time. You want to knock it out of the park. You want to do your best. And yes, you can't please everybody. It's true. But you should be trying to. You should be trying to do the best that you can. You know, and stories like this, I feel, should help to inspire our artists and our creators to do the best that they can for them. Now, for Justin Ward, I wish you all the best. I hope that you're able to get some type of attention on this. This is part of the reason why I'm doing this video, so I can help to give it just a little bit more exposure. And if you guys out there can share this or create your own videos to support this, like I said, you only go through life once, and this young man is facing his own mortality. So why not? Why not help him out to be able to have that dying wish? To see the Batman, no matter what you might think, no matter who your Batman might be. It might be Ben Affleck, it might be Christian Bale, you know, it might be Kevin Conroy, but this is what this guy wants. This young man, he wants. So let's help him out by spreading the word. He's also got a GoFundMe that I'm going to leave in the comment section as well. He's forward thinking, you know, he's thinking about his funeral costs. He doesn't want to be a burden on his parents. I don't know how old he is, but I think that's very mature of him. So he's kind of far off from his goal. So if we can help in any way that we can, that would be nice. So anyway, guys, like I said, you can, you know, contemplate on that. Think about that. And especially for the creators, you know, for all of us as human beings, you know, we owe each of us to be as considerate as we possibly can, because, you know, I don't want to sound morbid, but every day is the last day of somebody's life. So we should be mindful of that, because one day it'll be us. All right, guys, so you can get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about all of this. You want to wish him well. Hopefully, maybe, you never know. You know, I've always called my videos messages in a bottle. He might pick it up. He might see it, you know. So let's wish Justin Ward all the best in the world. And even though it sounds like he has come to terms with it, I still pray for miracles. So, guys, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Much love. This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.